Today marks 2 amazing years of the WSC Hardcore Championship, and this is all the champions we've had so far, and today we're gonna rank them all from best to worst. So let's dive into it. But before we do, I want to hear from you. Comment down below your favorite WSC Hardcore Champion and give me your rankings down below. Number 17, Cactus Jack. Mick Foley. Cactus Jack is actually the second ever Hardcore Champion. He was the only man who could stop the dominant championship reign of Jon Moxley. A memorable win with a pile driver off the stage, but Cactus couldn't hold on to the title for long. 9 days after he won it, he would lose to Edge with a spear through a flaming barbed wire board. Number 16. Aleister Black. Aleister was robbed out of winning the title in the Royal Rumble match. He would then defeat Jeff Hardy for the championship, only to lose it back to Jeff in a fatal 4-way match where he was not pinned to lose. A few weeks later, he defeated Jeff Hardy in an epic 2 out of 3 falls match to regain the title, but again, he would lose the title straight away as the Fiend Bray Wyatt used Aleister's fears to defeat him in a Firefly Funhouse match. And if you're a WSC fan, you know what happened next. Number 15, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Michaels was one half of the first ever hardcore tag team champions in DX, until Triple H turned on him. In a grueling last man standing match with former best friend Triple H, Michaels was victorious, but 28 days later, he would lose the championship in the first ever Warzone match due to Triple H's underhanded tactics. Number 14, Seth Rollins. Rollins only just became champion, so it's not very fair to rank him, but I wanted to include him anyway. Rollins won the title on his birthday in a winners-take-all match, The Shield versus The Undisputed Era, where he pinned Kevin Owens to win. He then successfully defended the title in a multi-man Ultimate X match. Rollins hopes to hold this title for a long time, so down the line, Rollins could end up being a lot higher on this list. Number 13, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Strowman won the title in an ambulance match against Roman Reigns, hitting Reigns with a power slam through the roof. He then added more insult to injury with an impressive feat of strength by flipping the ambulance off the stage with Roman Reigns inside. Kane then summoned fire into his face and chokeslammed him off the stage. Despite his injuries, Strowman was able to defeat Kane in a last man standing match to retain, but he would then be put in a near unwinnable situation when he had to defend the title in a 30-man hardcore Royal Rumble match, where he started the match at number 1. After 15 days as champion, back in the days of defending the title every week, he would be eliminated by the Monster Abyss to lose the championship. Number 12, Roman Reigns. The big dog, who is one half of the Hardcore Tag Team Champions, is a former 2-time singles champion, winning both times in 2019. Once in a fatal 4-way against Moxley, Kane, and The Fiend, and once against his current partner, Jon Moxley. He successfully defended and retained against Edge, spearing him through the stage, but would lose the title to Braun Strowman and later Jon Moxley in a Shield triple threat. Number 11, Kevin Owens. Owens is the first ever WSC Money in the Bank winner. He cashed in on me successfully, but would lose the title 6 days later in an Elimination Chamber match. He went on to become a 2-time champion, beating me again via TKO ref stoppage. He joined forces with longtime friend Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era, who helped him retain against Seth Rollins. But in a winners-take-all situation, Owens would lose the title after a month as champion. Number 10, Triple H. After feeling he carried DX to victory time and time again, Triple H shed the dead weight and became the first WSC Grand Slam champion. He went on to retain against AJ Styles in a dream match, but there was still unfinished business to be dealt with as Shawn Michaels looked for revenge. After a record-setting 70 days as champion, he would lose the title to his former best friend, only to win it back by taking desperate measures in the Warzone match. 2 huge victories at Rumble and Warzone, but his second reign only lasted 3 minutes due to number 9, the Stage Creator, aka me. After Joker Jon Moxley ran amok in WSC, I couldn't sit aside and watch as he deliberately tried to hurt people. No one would stand up to him. All the superstars in the back were afraid of what him and his Jokers were doing. I had to stop him before anyone else got hurt. In a win that could only be described as a miracle, I managed to win the Hardcore Championship, but that moment would be ruined as Kevin Owens cashed in Money in the Bank. I later would win Money in the Bank in an attempt to redeem myself to prove my my worth as champion, I cashed in successfully on Triple H. I defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match, but Kevin Owens once again beat me, taking advantage of my bad knee. The referee was forced to declare Kevin Owens the winner. Number 8, Brock Lesnar. Lesnar was a dominant champion. He was the first superstar to defeat the Fiend Bray Wyatt. He even broke his arm. He destroyed 4 other superstars in an epic fatal 5-way, but would lose the title in a Deadly Games match due to the Fiend's interference. He later would win back the title with a huge F5 off the top of the Asylum steel cage, only then to lose the title in shocking fashion, knocked out 32 seconds into the match. Number 7, the Prince, Finn Balor. Balor got the gang back together with the OC, who helped him win the championship from Edge, injuring Edge in the process. He barely survived his encounter with Mox, as they both fell from the highest point of the stage, but Balor luckily landed on top of him for the cover. He summoned the Demon in a triple threat match as well as an Ultimate X, but after 28 days as champion, he would lose the title in a hardcore Royal Rumble. Number 6, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin made his debut and won the first Hardcore Championship Royal Rumble. He defeated Kevin Owens in a brutal backstage brawl, but after the match was struck by a car. The toughest SOB wasn't going to relinquish the title. He fought through the pain and overcame the odds in a fatal 5-way match, after which he got ran down by a car again, but this time the mystery driver revealed himself to be CM Punk. Austin exacted his revenge by giving Punk a taste of his own medicine, hitting him with a car to be the last man standing. Due to Kevin Owens' interference though, Austin would lose his title in the first ever Deadly Games. Number 5, Matt Riddle, bro. The original bro shocked the world when he was able to knock out Brock Lesnar and win the championship in 32 seconds. He defeated an all-star group of Moxley, Lesnar, and The Fiend in a fatal 4-way match, and he even beat Goldberg with a bro Derek off the stage. He even became the first singles champion to challenge for the tag team championships. After 67 days as champion, his injured fingers due to former friend Pete Dunne betraying him caused him to lose his title in the Royal Rumble. Number 4, Edge. The Rated R superstar left a bloody mess after winning his first championship with a spear through a flaming barbed wire board. He survived the Elimination Chamber as champion, but was unable to defeat Jeff Hardy. Fast forward to 2020, where he won the Deadly Games to win his second title. He went on to successfully defend against Batista and best friend Christian, but due to injuries from his TLC match with Christian and the OC interfering, he would lose the championship to Finn Balor. Number 3, Jeff Hardy. The charismatic enigma is a 3-time WSC Hardcore champion. He's been in WSC from the very beginning. He defeated Edge to win his first title, successfully defended against Rob Van Dam in a TLC match, and against his temporarily broken brother Matt Hardy in a First Blood match. After being targeted by The Fiend, he would look to his alter ego, Will-O-the-Wisp, but it still wasn't enough. After a lot of setbacks and a long losing streak, Jeff would win the big one, as he won the Hardcore Championship Royal Rumble, but he lost only a week later to Aleister Black. Jeff would win it back, however, and turned his back on the fans in the process. The Antichrist of professional wrestling avoided an inevitable clash with Aleister with a brutal attack. He conquered Strowman with a huge swanton through an ambulance, used a fireball to defeat Jon Moxley, but in a 2 out of 3 falls match, it would all come to an end with a black mass. Number 2, The Fiend. The Fiend has to be the most dominant champion in WSC history. He's a 3-time champion, first winning it from Will-O-the-Wisp. He then resurrected Hornswoggle as the Little Fiend to defeat Moxley. He overcame all the obstacles that opposed him in his Hell in a Cell match with Sting, and he set fire to The Undertaker after beating him in a casket match. He would then lose the title in a fatal 4-way match where he was not pinned. He later won the title back in an Elimination Chamber match and beat the Joker Jon Moxley so bad he stopped being a clown. He then took his first clean loss to Brock Lesnar. He later picked a fight with Aleister Black in a match where he had all the advantage, a Firefly Funhouse match exploiting Aleister's fears to win the title. He sent Mankind flying in the first ever 4-brawl match. He survived the Beast as the host of the Firefly Funhouse and not as The Fiend, and managed to break Lesnar's arm as revenge, and The Fiend injured Roman Reigns and put him on the shelf for months. But it all came to an end at the Deadly Games due to the greatest WSC Hardcore champion up to this point. Number 1, Jon Moxley. The first ever WSC Hardcore Champion tops the list as the best. Mr. 4-time Mox is the only 4-time Hardcore Champion. He's defeated superstars like Bray, Wyatt, Jeff Hardy, Kenny Omega, won the first ever Deadly Games, became unhinged and created an alter ego in Joker Jon Moxley, defeated Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, won another Deadly Games, beat Rollins again, survived Ryback, put on banger after banger match, the most hardcore matches in WSC, and had one of the most unique matches in a Firefly Funhouse match against the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And that's why up to this point, Jon Moxley is, in my opinion, the best WSC Hardcore Champion. Well, that's my list. Comment down below your list and who is your favorite WSC Hardcore Champion of all time. Thank you guys so much for all the support over the past 2 years. More awesome stuff to come. This championship is for the people. If it wasn't for all of you, this championship would not mean as much as it does today, so thank you guys so much. Please smash the like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.